People want to see Command & Conquer, I guess. Play Command & Conquer 4. It's like the newest one. It's probably the best one. It's modern and probably better than all the other ones, right? Hey, hello everybody, Jayborino here. I suppose it's about time, finally, that I play some Command & Conquer. I don't know why I picked Generals. I just did. I opened it up and I was able to record it. I found an easy way to get it into a reasonable resolution. So I suppose let's do it. I put on a poll the other day with a list of RTS games that people were interested in seeing, and Command & Conquer, some sort of Command & Conquer came in quite high. So maybe this is the start of something great. I don't know. Maybe we'll play more Command & Conquer games in the future. Anyway, I think I'm just going to do the training. I have never really had a great experience with any Command & Conquer game that I've ever played in the past, but I haven't really tried any in my later adult life here. The last time I tried one was probably when I was 17 or 18. I don't know. So again, it's time to get back into it. We'll try it. I will be doing the training though. Let's give this a shot. You know what? We're just gonna play on normal. I have to learn how to play. I don't know what I'm doing. So if anyone wants to share any tips and tricks, please help me learn.
General, the world's largest and most organized terrorist group, known as the Global Liberation Army, has taken control of a chemical weapons plant in the Mazar DMZ. A small Ranger strike team has been sent to destroy the factory. You have been chosen for the command.
Okay. I should check for subtitles when we get into the game. Well, we're under the ground, so interesting start.
ETA 30 seconds. Target coordinates, Gallon Niner. Taking fire from Mobile AAA. Alpha Squad is down. We are option 2. Repeat, option 2.
Roger. Beta team en route.
Look at the game physics, they're incredible!
All clear, Beta. It's a go.
Okay. Well, this looks familiar.
Ready for action. Beta on the ground. Targets in sight.
Oh, you know what I didn't do, actually? Hang on, I gotta tab out real quick. I have to lock my mouse on the monitor. Sorry about that. There's an issue where that I have two monitors and it doesn't lock my mouse on the main monitor. I have to run a thing. Okay, I know how to control units.
Need a point, man. Take a new position. Army's elite.
We have 5 guys. That's it.
Ready for action. Need a point, man.
Is there a game speed
Always
perhaps, or
prepared.
what's?
Heading out.
I feel like it's very, very slow. Hang on. I gotta mess around. Let's check the options here. There's no game speed. It doesn't look like. Scroll speed. No subtitles. Okay. Well, this is just the way it is.
Special forces here.
It's not really clear when you have something selected. Oh, okay, I see. So the hit
prepared.
points show up when you have them selected. So what do we have to do here? I mean, obviously we will attack these men.
Reinforcement. Special forces here.
Get out of there.
Army's elite. Need a point, man.
Huge micro from Jayborino. Okay, we got some Humvees.
Humvee here.
We can load units into them as well. I guess we
Special
might
forces
as
here.
well.
Ready for action. Special forces here. Always prepared.
There we go. We're just putting the guys in the Humvees do anything?
Humvee here.
Oh, you can put multiple people in the Humvees. Okay, that's
Army's
pretty
elite.
neat.
Search and destroy.
So like they're APCs and
Humvee
Humvees.
here. Got room for 5.
Okay, let's move on in. Hopefully my sound settings are decent.
Enemy forces on the move. Roger that.
Focus fire. I don't know if we can shift click up commands or anything like that.
Stinger site destroyed. We're clear for airstrike.
We're clear for airstrike. You've liberated a USA barracks. Buildings like this allow you to train new units. Okay. Left click on unit barracks to see what soldiers you can train. Click. Okay, so not like Command & Conquer as I'm used to. I guess Generals changes some things up here. Oh, nice. We got some, I heard them talking about airstrikes. Let's move on in here and just start getting rid of these folks. So you actually click on production buildings to build out of them, whereas typically in Command & Conquer, I'm used to a persistent interface to build units at all times, anywhere you're looking on the map. It's kind of the big difference, I think, that set Command & Conquer apart. Granted, the original Command & Conquer was one of the first RTSs after Dune 2, so... yeah, sure. Make some Rangers. What is this thing that's flashing at me? You need experience points, and then you can get stuff. You can get a Paladin Tank. Okay, so that's kind of like our tech tree that unlocks. We have a ton of money, so we could just make a boatload of these guys.
How about a lift?
How do we unload? Attack, move, evacuate.
Okay, everybody out.
There we go. I mean, why would we keep them in there? So we can only make Rangers. There's a queue limit of 9.
What's the mission, sir?
So this little, the building... The way things look when they're building with the little translucent
What's the mission, sir?
circle, like the clockwise circle. You've liberated a USA cold fusion reactor. Reactor is used by American and Chinese forces to power their base. Your power bar indicates where's the power. It must be this, or is it this? Or is this our XP bar? If your base runs low on power, base defenses may go offline and your radar will go out. I do remember that's very similar to like original Command & Conquer. Liberated a supply center. They collect supplies. Automatically generates a single Chinook helicopter that will gather supplies. So that's this. So when it says it gathers supplies, does it just fly off the map? Like, is this thing vulnerable?
Humvee here.
Oh, okay. So there's actual supply caches here, and then it picks them up with a big net.
Heavy armor ready for
Oh, here's some tanks. I think this is our power. Yeah, okay.
What's the mission, sir?
Interesting. What is this here? Control rods. Yeah, sure. So you can upgrade individual power plants. That's pretty neat. Think of your power plants like supply depots, supply structures in StarCraft. Okay, what's this here? What are we picking up? USA Command Center. Can use many of your special abilities and can choose technologies and special weapons. Click on the flashing general button. Okay. And a construction dozer, finally! Okay, and then that's our building builder. Select the war factory and select it. Okay, so let's
Always ready.
build this up here.
On the job.
Use your dozer to build a war factory. It's done. What can we do with the... so we can make more construction dozers. They're pretty expensive, though. Not like we really need more than one, I think. Depending on how long it takes to build, I suppose.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, that's nice. So does this cost money, or I can just... Wow, that's intriguing. Spots hidden units as well. It's got a minute 30 cooldown. Okay. Are these little guard towers or something? So our goal here is just to build the buildings. It seems like they're pretty quick. That's nice.
Good job. The base is liberated. Now let's build a strong battle force. When your forces are ready, General, proceed to this GLA mountain hideout and destroy their secret biolab.
Not the secret biolab. We've got to put a stop to it. Okay, so I assume we can't really do much else. What is this right here? Your new war factory can be used to train vehicles like Crusader tanks. Yeah, I mean, I know how to build things now. You already taught me that game. Which one is which? Why is the tooltips not showing up? Okay. You liberated the entire USA base. You're now ready to carry the fight to the enemy each mission. Okay. Follow the mission objective to win the mission. Sure. Is that in here? It told me to click on this. Here we go. So... Did that... Oh, so you get points, and then you spend the points on perks. I see. I think I see. Okay, so we have to go to the upper right. I think we already have enough stuff. Oh, okay, so this now allows me to build the Paladin Tanks. Strong versus tanks, buildings, missile-armed enemies, weak versus aircraft. Humvees are good against infantry, bad against other armor. So typically, your vehicles should be better against other vehicles, except in the case of a Humvee, which is strictly anti-infantry, and then there's probably like a rocket tank that shoots air or something. Eventually, maybe got artillery. I don't know. Each of these units do different things. What can this do? Battle drone or scout drone? Oh, wait. So let me check this. So is it that each Humvee, for example? Each vehicle can upgrade themselves. Oh, and then our normal guys can... Sorry, there's a lot to take in here. I guess let's just go and attack the enemy because I think we have more than enough stuff.
Yes, sir.
Are these our guys? Several pilots. USA pilots are often veterans of many battles, and they can enter your vehicles to provide their skills and experience with the crews of the vehicle. Vehicles of golden chevrons near them have experienced crews and are more effective in battle. Okay.
Anything to drive?
Hop on the tanks, buddies.
USA. Find me a vehicle. Where do you need me?
That's pretty interesting. This is it's like a Dawn of War 1. It's got a feel of Dawn of War 1 where individual squads can be upgraded. Special abilities, okay. The power to activate, see what special powers it has. Left click on the power to activate it. In the case of the USA Crusader tank, you can build, yeah, so these are the drones that explain small robotic helpers that automatically engage enemies and repair their Crusader tank in case it is damaged. Wow, that's cool, okay. So the idea is we want to make sure that we have battle tanks on all of our vehicles. Is there an easy way to check what has
Crusader tank responding.
a drone and what doesn't? Because that's the only thing it's kind of hard to tell. Is there a little indicator? I see them flying around, but I don't know which tank has them and which doesn't. And then the scout drone as well. Can we dismiss the drone? It looks like no.
Got room for 5.
I imagine in the future we're going to be struggling more with money, so we have to decide, like, do you build more units, or do you upgrade the units that you have with these little special abilities? Got like a little rocket nest here.
Stinger 2 is down. Airstrike in 10 seconds.
I love the slow motion show-offs. I'm sure this was very impressive when it came out, though. I'm sure it was. I remember Generals was big, had a lot of hype around it.
I'll be here.
Okay. I'm gonna say, where's my UI? It's gone. I guess let's just go across this bridge. I think destroying bridges is persistent command and conquer thing as well. Destroy the weapon factory.
Roger that. Paratroopers on the way.
Civilian buildings can be occupied by soldiers. Order your soldiers to enter civilian buildings to get a defensive bonus. That's, again, sort of a Dawn of War thing. I don't know if Dawn of War was before this or after. I think Dawn of War 1 was before this, but I'm not sure. I can look. Powerful strong points for your troops and can be used to defend important routes into and out of your base. So garrison stuff. We got paratroopers coming in.
I'll fire at anything.
What is this? Laser missile attack? What? Okay. How many units can we select at once? I think it's unlimited, actually.
Looks like a good run. You want some?
So these guys are garrisoned. So the enemy is also garrisoned.
Break it loose.
There's more supplies over here. I got to get used to like understanding what the supplies,
I'll be here.
what they look like. So like where we want to set up other bases and stuff. A lot of this is just getting used to the visual indicators, things like that. So there's no. Wait, what have I done? Oh, I hit tab and that unlocked, that just opened up a bunch of stuff. So it's really just understanding a lot of the visuals in here and recognizing things when we see them, like the battle drones, like things that are upgraded as well. Looks like some of these tanks have lost battle drones. You want to rebuild those, but just clicking on them, it's kind of hard to tell which ones have them and which ones don't. When is it worth building a scout drone? I guess once the enemy has some sort of infiltration capabilities. So it's going to take some time. All right, we don't need these guys in here, so let's just get them out.
Orders, General. Where do you need?
Oh, they land. These paratroopers landed and automatically
Enable laser sights.
laser lock.
Laser guidance ready.
So why would we not want them to always have laser missile attack on? Or the fact that it's here.
Laser guidance ready.
Oh, I see. So you can click that and have them individually target
I'll be here.
probably a vehicle or a building, and they'll be destroyed a lot faster. Okay, not faster. I assume it gives them a little buff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think I understand.
All units, prepare for contact.
Enemy
Unit
armor
lost.
sighted. Air cav on the way. All units stand by.
Engage.
Okay, I guess we should target the... I didn't realize we couldn't hit that stuff that was up there. A lot of our...
Two on me.
Enemy perimeter breach. Airborne. Begin
A lot of our
your
stuff
attack
is going
run.
down here. That's okay, though.
Unit lost.
They've got, like, these World War II looking tanks. Okay, come on. Get on in there. Our infantry's not going to do too well against tanks. I also remember the original Command & Conquer, just... My infantry always died because it got run over. Got to utilize, like, the scatter command. I wonder if that's going to be a persistent thing here as well. Global repair. If you haven't played Command & Conquer, there's just going to be some stuff we're going to... I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do my best to explain some minor things that I do understand that are persistent across most Command & Conquer titles. Which is like global builds, global building, global repairing, global selling. Might be different in Generals. It seems like Generals you actually have a unit that... You have a unit that builds. That little dozer thing. That's different. In like original Command & Conquer, in the original series, and even Red Alert, you just had that persistent interface on the side. We're getting just tons and tons of paratroopers coming in. That's nice. You had a persistent interface. You just picked a building and just plopped it down somewhere in range of your other buildings, and it would just go there. You didn't need a unit to be in range to initiate the build. You just needed to be in range of your other buildings, and you could make it. What is going on with all of our infantry units? Oh.
General, our strike was successful. You are ready for a full battlefield command.
I don't know if I'd call that successful. We blew up a building that killed every single one of our infantry units except that one rocket trooper. You are victorious. I like that. That's really nice. Okay. Sure. Take me back to the menu. Honestly, I think that's just gonna be the video for today. Just, you know, I just want to put the feelers out there to see how people feel about Generals. If anyone wants to give me some tips and tricks, if there's some unspoken things that weren't in the tutorial, it seems like the key is gonna be, you know, certain things counter things. That's normal for an RTS, but each individual unit can have specific upgrades. So I think it's gonna be me having to learn how to balance when to upgrade versus when to just build more stuff. And eventually learning what the enemy units actually do as well, because it's gonna be confusing. Again, I'm openly admitting I'm not very skilled in Command & Conquer, and I think maybe as we get into this series and eventually play some other Command & Conquer games, because I know like Generals versus the Tiberium series versus Red Alert all play pretty differently, so I understand there's differences there as well. So again, maybe we'll get into this and I will improve, but I'll probably just play on normal. I don't know. Let me know. What are the difficulties like? Maybe I'll play on hard as well. But for now, we'll just release this once a week, and maybe eventually we'll increase the frequency. I hope this is something you were looking forward to. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye now.